Appreciate your forbearance. Welcome to the Senate Oversight Committee. You have 3 minutes.
Okay, I was a poll challenger at TCF Center. I worked 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. I saw a few things, and I tried to make several statements to several different organizations, and I had nobody really follow up with me. When I did get a statement back from my affidavit, it was different from what I had spoke over the phone. A few things that I saw, right off the bat, I saw table supervisors distinguished with the emblem on the chest, wearing political statements. Saw Black Lives Matter on masks. I saw T-shirts, undershirts wearing Black Lives Matter, which I didn't know was appropriate. The table I worked at, I saw several ballots that I challenged. One, through the process, the scanning of the ballot, the computer popped up a little box that said duplicate ballot already processed. I challenged that. I saw a ballot that was opened up that was completely blank, front and back. At the end of the night, I asked my table supervisor if our numbers matched and if it reconciled. She said it did. And then she told me, we decided to take the ballots that were challenged, the provisional ballots, and they will be tabulated. She told me the tabulator ultimately uncovers errors with ballots, that they would be spoiled by the tabulator. And I thought that was interesting. And I asked her again, and she assured me that tabulator would correct the error. And that's interesting because when I gave that statement over the phone, that was never put in my affidavit. And I have yet to make an affidavit because I tried to give it to a couple of people and nobody's followed up with me. Or if they followed up with me, it was inaccurate information.
1 minute left.
Okay. And to me, that's a big deal. I also saw the ballots being dropped off about, 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning. I was actually standing next to the lead attorney, and we were all talking about why are these ballots showing up as late as they did. I thought that was interesting. Those were the main things that I saw. When I first arrived, this was interesting as well. I was wearing a mask, and I was fidgeting with it because it was itchy. There was a gentleman who was a table supervisor. Again, he had the emblem on his breast. And he basically called me a bioterrorist. He basically said I was killing people. We're in the middle of a pandemic. And he was going to kick me out if I continued to itch my face because I was wearing an itchy mask. And I kept on trying to ask him, does everybody have to have this standard of wearing a mask? Because I saw numerous workers not wearing masks properly. Eventually, as he called me an agitator, I pointed to a gentleman. I said, does he have to wear his mask? And he didn't respond to me. And I wanted to stay in there because he told me he was going to arrest me because he identified himself as a Wayne County, working for the Wayne County Sheriff's Department.
Thank you. I would like to know about the ballot that you said you saw that was blank. Mm-hmm. Do you know what the disposition of that became?
What do you mean, the disposition of that?
What happened to it?
It was put in the folder to be tabulated, and it was ran through the tabulator from what my table supervisor told me.
But it was blank, so.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
She said then the tabulator would uncover that, and then it would be spoiled at that time.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was another ballot that you challenged specifically?
Absolutely, because when they scanned it, the little window popped up on the computer. It said duplicate already processed.
So what happened with that?
So they initially put it into the provisional ballot folder like they should have.
Okay.
And I thought that was great. And I was like, awesome, we got a process that's working here. And then when I went up at the end of my shift, because I was told there was going to be reinforcements. So I left at 5 a.m. It was a long day. And I'm from Grand Rapids. She told me that all of the ballots in the provisional folder would be taken out and put into the folder to be tabulated because the tabulator would uncover the error. The tabulator would find out that this was a duplicate ballot. And I asked her that twice because I was under the impression that the tabulator is a counter. So I asked her, how will the tabulator uncover that? She told me, and she assured me, the tabulator would uncover the error.
All right. Any other members have a question? Oh, Senator Santana, please.
Thank you, Chairman. You mentioned that some of the people had on shirts that said black people matter, right? Or what did you
Black
say?
Lives
Black Lives
Matter.
Matter, yeah, okay. Did anybody have on a shirt that said, vote for this person, vote for that person?
Not that I was aware of.
Okay, thank you, Chair.
But distinguished on the face masks,
All right.
and it was, I want to make this clear, it was underneath the T-shirt of the table supervisors. It wasn't outward, it was underneath the T-shirt that they were wearing.
I understand.
Chairman.
Thank you.
With all due respect, I mean, there's a sign right here that says black votes for Trump. So, I mean,
I don't believe that, I don't believe that there is a statute that prohibits the wearing of non-political candidate shirts, so it may, so now, on to Senator Tice, please.
Thank you very much. So thank you for your testimony today. I have a question about, you said between 3:34, you said that there were ballots that came in late. Can you tell me what it is specifically that you saw that came in? Were you outside and you watched the truck and you watched them unload, or were you inside and watched them bring in the ballots? What was your...
Well, I was inside the TCF Center, and I
Okay.
watched them bring ballots in on carts, boxes of ballots.
So they were like open boxes where you could see the ballots in, or you
Yeah,
saw them?
they were no different than the ones that were already there. And then what they did is they put them out, and so there was a center raised stage, and then they had tables off to the side. And they would put the ballots off where they were already picking up the ballots, how they were doing normal business, right? I was under the impression that all of those should have been segregated and separated. Well, they weren't. They were put right up there, and then the person or the people that were running the election process basically encouraged the table supervisors in the tables to come up and get work. That's how they were describing it. Come up and get work. Come up and get work. So those ballots, they were running ballots.
Thank you.
Senator Tice, did you have more questions? Or?
Just one more. Did you have any idea how many there were, or do you have any way of knowing?
Yeah, so the attorney that was there, or the counsel that was there, we were all trying to take a rough estimate, and it looked like there was maybe 60 boxes of those ballots, and in each one of those sleeves or boxes or whatever, there could have been hundreds of ballots. So we're thinking maybe several thousand, tens of thousands. I'm not sure the exact number. Because who knows how stuffed they were, who knows? But I definitely saw those ballots come in, absolutely.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Do you have any idea where anybody say where all this came from?
No.
right,
And I left my table to go over there because I was curious about that.
Okay. Senator Lucido?
Yeah, it's intriguing. What time of the morning was it when you saw this come in? Or what time of the evening was it?
Like you said, 3-ish, 4 in that window.
In the afternoon.
No. I was there from
3 or 4 in the
I
morning.
was there at 10 p.m. to 5 a.m.
They were in male sleeves, you said? Did anybody have any earmarkings of who they were carrying these ballots? Were they carrying them? Were they on a dolly?
Yeah, they were on a dolly. Yeah, they were on a dolly. Do I know who they were? Absolutely not. But there were people that were doing that.
Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Lucido. Senator Santana?
Was there any particular reason you didn't ask for a supervisor to question, the ballots coming in on a dolly or?
Well, I didn't figure I needed to because the lead counsel that was supposed to be there was taking tally, and I was there standing right next to him. So I figured he was kind of the person that was overseeing the whole night. That's what we were told. No, we were talking directly about why are these coming in. We all thought it was interesting that these ballots were coming in so late. What was his response?
So we can use
We
the
were trying to
microphone,
take.
Sorry.
What was his response, sir?
We were taking count, and we were his exact response I couldn't recall, but we were definitely perplexed that these were coming in so late, as well as they were being put out to be counted.
Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Senator. Thank you very much for your testimony. Appreciate it.